Hello everyone, and welcome to today's session in Amazing Namaste Foundation. My name is Rashna, and before we start off, I would like to give a brief introduction about myself. I have done my MBA in HR, and for the past 9 years, I am working with UCO Bank, which is a public sector bank. I am based here in Guwahati, and right now I'm posted in Zonal Office Guwahati. I am a certified soft skill and corporate trainer as well as a life coach. I've done my certification from Indian Leadership Academy, which is based in Bangalore. So when Atul Kulkarni sir, when he approached me for a session in Amazing Namaste Foundation, I thought, why not take this opportunity to bring in a little bit of awareness in soft skill, the demand it has outside. And what I personally feel is that there's very little awareness, especially in our northeastern states. So let me take this initiative, and I hope my sessions would benefit you all. So before we start off, let's understand that there are two skills. One is your hard skills and one is your soft skills. Now, soft skills are basically your personality traits, your attitude, your leadership qualities, your communication, the way you interact with people. They are also known as your people skills or your interpersonal skills. They cannot actually be quantified. They are unquantifiable attributes, but they cannot be proven, but it is reflected through your work. You might have seen that there are some people who are very good with dealing with people. There are people who have very good interpersonal skills. They have very good bonds, very good relations. The moment you meet them, you feel that yes, I'm connected to that person. Instead, there are also people who you might find very difficult to interact, to find that bond. You might find it difficult to actually converse with them. So these are our different attributes, these are our different traits, which soft skills, they actually help us stand out. Okay, so hard skills, on the other hand, are basically your technical expertise, your technical skills that you have gained through your college education, or you have gained it through your online course. You might have gained it on the job training. Whereas soft skills, as I mentioned, are your personality traits, right? So hard skills are your technical skills, and soft skills are your people skills. So where in one hand you deal with hard skills, you deal with the technology or the machines. Here in soft skills, you deal with people. Okay, your hard skills, some examples might be your IT degree, okay, some course, some programming, Java and all those, or your engineering degree, or maybe your medical degree, right? And in soft skills, it might be your communication skills, your leadership qualities, time management, your adaptability, your flexibility, the creativity that you have. Okay, so hard skills on one hand can be tangible, can be considered tangible, because you can actually hold a certificate. You have a proof that you have this hard skills. But in case of soft skills, it can only be felt. You can only notice it in the other person, right? So interestingly, both the skills can be acquired. So it's nothing like inborn. Okay, the only thing is that we need to understand where we lack. So this 21st century, it is full of complexities and uncertainties, right? So be it in the service industry, be it in business, or be it as a student, you need hard skills and you need soft skills. So these are very two important skills in order to get a job and to maintain that job and to stick to that job. You know, if we if we look at the hard skills, the technical skills, why do you need the technical skills in a job? Because say for example, there's a vacancy for a mechanical engineer. I cannot go and apply, right? Because I do not have that technical knowledge. But in order to for that person to get the job and then to get promoted or to survive in that work environment, he needs soft skills. He would have to showcase his leadership qualities. He will have to showcase his communications or interpersonal skills with his colleagues so that he gets promoted. Right. So if we take a little glance at the statistics, so according to LinkedIn, if you all know, LinkedIn is let's say a formal business platform where you can do a lot of networking, right? So people who need to build their network often, communicates or often interacts through LinkedIn. So according to LinkedIn Global Talent Search, 92% of the experts, they believe that soft skills are as important as hard skills. And about 59 of the employers, they prefer soft skills over hard skills. Now, it's nothing like hard skills are not important. They are equally important. Okay. And even 89% of them, they believe that if any recruitment, any hire is not working, it's because of lack of soft skills. So you can see that is the importance, that is the demand of soft skills. Now, let's take some example. Okay, let's say I want to invest in some company, or I am going in some company for recruitment, right? And I happen to see two organizations, all right? For one organization, it is very unorganized, the receptionist is like not even when I'm presenting my card, the receptionist, let's say, is not even looking at me, and she's like showing me, please have a seat, okay? And no chai pani, nothing. And I have to wait, and she's not aware that I have an appointment. And when the boss comes, he is all, exhausted with, all the shirts and all tagged out and all. The reception out there is not very pleasant. On the other hand, there's one organization which is very clean and disciplined, and when I go there, I have been received with a warm smile by the receptionist, and she's like, yes ma'am, we are aware of your appointment, please have a seat, behaviors like this. And then you see the boss coming in with a very well-groomed, well-dressed personality. So where would you want to invest yourself? Where would you want to join, or where would you want to invest your money into? Obviously into the second one, right? Why? Because these are non-verbal communications. These are something which they have not said that we are best, but this is something that you can make out. Yes, this, because the way they have been presenting themselves would reflect their working, would reflect their work culture, right? So these are small things where actually your soft skills are reflected. Now the thing is, we all have at some point of time used soft skills or have been dealing with soft skills, but we are unaware that this is the soft skill. Okay, but yeah, this is the thing that is affecting us. Now let's say let's take an example. We go to a showroom to buy a car, right? The features more or less we all know that ठीक है, इस गाड़ी का ये features है. Now the salesman, he should be having, as we said, the technical knowledge. So he should be having the features he should be knowing the features about the car, the specifications, right? But does only having the technical skills help get him the lead? He has to have the soft skills, that is, the way he presents, the way he communicates with us, his convincing power. Those are the things that will actually make us buy the car, right? Otherwise, more or less, we know about the car, or more or less the cars would be the same, but you would definitely not go buy the car when the salesman is not as presentable as you expect, right? So even if you take an example of a housewife, she would be needing soft skills too. How? Like, emotional intelligence is something we consider in soft skills, right? So a woman, a housewife, she is expected to understand her family. She is expected to understand and balance her emotions. So your emotional intelligence is something that she should have. She should know about her time management so that she could plan her routine as per the time. बच्चों को टिफिन देना है, स्कूल भेजना है, खाना टाइम पे बनाना है. So all these things she'll able to do only when she knows about the time. She has time management. Again, communication, if we talk about, घर पे कोई guest आया and she's not even passing a pleasant smile, she's not even talking, she's not even greeting them, will you want to go to that house again? No, right? So these are certain soft skills that we have been applying in our daily life, but we do not realize that these are soft skills, okay? That these are the skills that we also need to groom ourselves into. Now, if we come into importance of soft skills in your workplace, now this is in general, right? So in workplace, why do you need soft skills? Why is soft skills so much in demand? Now, as I said, for your career progression or your promotion, you would get a job based on your technical skills, right? But to get promoted, to survive, you'll have to showcase yourself. You'll have to show your leadership quality. You'll have to show your teamwork. You'll have to show your adaptability. You'll have to show your critical thinking power. You'll have to show your creativity. Only then you can be promoted, right? Say, for example, I work in a bank, right? So banking, I am from an HR background. So when we got into banking, I did not have banking knowledge, right? So how did I gain my technical knowledge? It was through on-job training. So after our job training, we got used to banking. We are still learning, right? But tomorrow, if I want to sit for a promotion, what are the qualities that will actually help me get the promotion? Those are my leadership qualities. Those are my interpersonal skills, my communication, my adaptability, the way I am able to deal situation. किसी लोनी को लोन देना है या नहीं है, it would be a good decision or a bad decision. अगर देना है तो कैसे recovery होगा, अगर नहीं देना है तो क्यों नहीं देना है. So all these things, the way you analyze yourself, these are critical thinking. So these are the things that will actually help me get promoted and actually help me survive, right? Now, because the modern workplace, it's all interpersonal. I'm sure you might have seen that there are some employees who are very knowledgeable. You might have seen that there are some even teachers, faculties who are very knowledgeable. But when it comes to expressing, when it comes to teaching, when it comes to communicating, they lack themselves. Why? Because there's a lack in communication. Okay, communication soft skills are lacking in them, right? Some become introvert in the process. Now, customers and clients, they also demand soft skills. Okay, how? Let's say an example. Our cab drivers, right? Let's take an example of Ola. So what does Ola do? What they do is they pick you up from a destination and they'll drop you at another destination, right? So more or less each and every Ola cab drivers, they are doing the same thing. They are picking you up and they are dropping you at their destination. Again, the driving skills are the same. They would I'm sure there's no driver who would be very rash driving and all, putting yourself or himself in danger. So more or less they are driving the same, right? Their driving skills are the same. But what differentiates them? Why do we still rate them in different stars? Some get 5, some get 4, some get 3, some get 1. Why? Because of their behavior, right? The way they would respond to us, the way they would behave with us. So usually, like recently it happened with me that I took a cab and the driver was very rude. Okay, so and I happened to overheard him while talking to his wife. So even he was rude with his wife. So I don't know, I got some very negative vibe, and I somehow felt like getting down from the cab, but then I had time constraints, so I couldn't do that, of course. So when I got down, I usually give 5 stars or 4 stars, but with him, I had to give him 2 stars because I was not at all satisfied. I didn't like the person at all. Again, in the banking industry, let's say, there is so much of competition in the banking industry, right? Products are more or less same, right? Your passbook, your fixed deposit schemes, your recurring deposits, home loan, car loan, personal loan. So more or less all the banks provide the same services, the same products. What differs is the ambience. What differs, what actually makes the other person go to choose one bank over the other is because of the behavior the employee shows towards the customer, right? Let's say there's some person who has come to me and I'm like, nahi aaj nahi hoga, kal aaiye, theek hai? And on the other hand, instead what you can do, or some other bank, they are saying like, ma'am, sorry for the inconvenience, please give me tomorrow's time, or if you could give me tomorrow's time, I'll surely find a solution for you, I'll surely solve your problem. So in both the cases, you would feel like going to the second banker, right? So there's the difference, because the customer, again, they demand soft skills from us. These are skills, these are interpersonal skills that they would demand from us somehow, whether they express it or not. Again, the ambience, as I said in the previous example that I gave, right? The ambience would reflect the banking culture, the culture of that, the work culture of that bank. So a person who choose whether he wants to go to a bank which is or with old infrastructure, or a bank with which with very good interior and all those. Now, even because the services, the rate of interest, they are almost the same, thoda bahut idhar udhar, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Now, even like you go to a doctor, right? I go to a doctor, I say like I have a headache or I have a stomach ache, and he examines me. He would, prescribe some medicine. This medicine, this days, this time, and he'll hand it over to me and he'll be like, isko khao itna din, fir you'll be fine. But then I have a lot of questions, right? Headache, why? Kya hua? Is it migraine? Is it tumor? Is it brain cancer? Kya matlab? So all those queries, main theek hoongi ki nahi, whether I'll recover, how many days it will take, how come I'm having headache. So all those queries, if they are not solved, I would not want to go to that doctor again, right? So doctor, again, the same thing. The diagnosis is more or less the same. The medicines they prescribe are more or less the same. So it's the behavior, it's the communication that a doctor does to your to the patients to their clients, that the client would want to come back again to that doctor. If my queries are expressed, if the doctor is like, oh, you came, how are you, how's everyone at home, ek do this idhar udhar ki baatein would actually make that connection with you and your customer, or with you and the patient, and they would instantly want to, like, you will become their favorite, right? So that's the thing. And there's an estimation that by 2030, almost the workplace would be, more of soft skill demanded. Okay, the soft skills demand by 2030 would be very huge compared to hard skills. Why? Because hard skills are your technical skills. That means they are being taken by artificial intelligence, right? They are being replaced by your automation, this thing. The artificial intelligence has come, robotics and everything. So this is something, hard skills are something that can be replaced, right? To some extent, although not 100%. But soft skill is something which cannot be automated. It cannot be changed. People, you cannot put emotions in artificial intelligence. You cannot put communication differences. You cannot put communication in artificial intelligence, because they are programmed, and soft skill is not programmed. It does not run on programs. Right? So this is the reason why recruiters are highly, demanding soft skills. So there is a huge future if you groom yourself towards development of your personality. If you start from now, so another 10 years down the line, you can find yourself in a, in the race, and not lag behind. So that is the thing.